Hello and welcome to my class. I decided to create this channel to help people who are struggling with business. Today we're going to review 1.1, what is a business. This channel is focused on the 2025 business syllabus, so we are not reviewing anything from the old syllabus, especially QGIS. We will not be doing that. And initially my idea for this channel was to review the syllabus going to 1.1 until the last chapter, reviewing financial, human resources, everything that we have in the new syllabus. But I am very open to new ideas and how to do things. If you guys would like review videos, if you guys would like a video about a specific topic, please comment and I will be very happy to produce these videos, these revision videos, and any topic that you guys would like reviewed. I am extremely happy to cover. So let's start with today's video. What is a business? Okay, so the main business functions. Business of all sizes, they have a range of functions, which we will be talking about in this video, and they need to take place in order for this business, with being a service or a product, to proceed and take place. In small businesses, maybe you don't have all of these functions, or all of these functions are often carried by its owner. For example, e-commerce, generally, or drop shipping is a good example. They generally there is only one person doing it, and they have to take care of a lot of process such as the marketing, so they don't have specific departments for that in specific. And in larger businesses, these functions are carried out by departments with their own targets that contribute towards the business achieving its overall objectives. And bigger businesses, they generally have more than the department that we are going to talk today, such as the legal department. And yeah. Okay, so I like calling them the fours because these are the four topics that the IB asks you and asks in their exams. So the first one is human resources, which they are responsible for organizing, managing, and developing all of the human resources. So what does that mean? The human resources, they are responsible for taking care of the employees, the hiring of employees, training of employees, and all of that stuff. And they are not very well known for people who work in the business sector. If you guys have a father or mother or anybody that works in a business, they generally have a lot of complaints about the HR because they have to take care of the well-being, and sometimes they can be very annoying with it. So the second one is the finance, and finance is really self-explanatory. They take care of all the financial resources and ensures that the business is financially stable. They take care of the loans, of any capital. Capital means money that comes into the business and goes out to goes out of the business. Marketing, they promoting services. They promote the services and the product in general. They do market research, and they have to also attract and retain the customers that the business already has. Operations, they have to basically they take care of the production and the process required to make the product or to make the service possible, and also efficiently manage those sort of activities and do it as efficiently as possible. Okay, so human resources, and I'm going to go in depth a little bit about each one of them. It identifies the quantity of the workers needed as well as the required skills. They put the recruitment and the selection of suitable employees. As I stated, they have to train and career development, and they also have to fire people, and they do the pay and conditions negotiations and other rewards with employees. So their main thing is making sure that all the employees are happy. They negotiate the contracts, the rewards, and they also need to make sure that the employees are healthy and they are safe. So maybe there are generally psychologists in the human resources, which the employees can go talk about various things in the job that they are happy about or that they want to complain about. You go to the human resources. So that's why they have this reputation of not being as liked, because they bring the bad information to management. So he isn't happy, people aren't happy, and whatever. The finance, as I said, it's pretty self-explanatory. They have to construct annual accounts, budgets, financial reports. They collect and they make payments, wages, salary, bonuses. Everything has to go through finance, and they secure the external finance, such as loans. And they need to keep records of the revenues and the costs and the profit of the business, and they need to make sure that the business is financially healthy. The marketing team, they need to do market research to establish customer needs and wants, and what they want or what they don't want, development and the implementation of appropriate marketing mix strategies. In the future, we will talk about marketing strategies and how they can affect. Marketing is also responsible for promotions and advertisements. The price is generally set up by the marketing team, the place, including the distribution where their product is put, and the product, including the packaging and what their idea is about all of that. So operations, managing the production processes, they're sourcing raw materials and components, managing the stock, overseeing the quality of the product or the service and quantity of it, and they seek improvements to maximize the efficiency, and they deal with waste. So when we have a surplus of the supply, the operations team has to deal with it, and transportation and the delivery of the goods purchased by the customer. Okay, so again, if you guys would like to take notes or anything like that, you guys can pause the video, but I'm gonna quickly go back. And now we finished the first part, and now we're gonna talk about different forms of economies. We have the primary, the secondary, the tertiary, and the quaternary. Sorry guys, my English is not that good, and this is a complicated word. English is not my first language. And I'm gonna talk about these sectors. Okay, so the primary sector is generally attributed to the extraction of raw materials, they being from land, sea, air, from the soil, and some examples of these are farming, mining, or fishing. The secondary sector is more concerned with the processing of these raw materials, such as the oil refinement. Saudi Arabia is very known for that, and the manufacture of goods such as vehicles, for example. The tertiary sector is more concerned with the provision of a wide range of services for customers in other businesses such as leisure, banking, or even hospitality. The quaternary sector is concerned with the provision of the knowledge-focused services often related to IT technology, consultancy, or research. So generally, the less developed countries, they tend to form more, to be more in this sector, the primary sector, because they extract a lot of things, and then they export these things to other sectors, to the secondary sector, the tertiary sector, and the quaternary sector. It is more the first world countries, the more developed countries. They are always here, so anything to do with like uh, science development, anything that needs investment and that is knowledge focused or knowledge related is in this sector. And then the better the country, they upscale their needs and how they produce their services and qualities. So the less developed countries are here, and the more developed countries are here and here. And yeah. Okay, so this is just an example with products, with two products. So the primary, they extract the raw materials such as the plant and other organic compounds that are farmed or extracted. This in the case of a lip balm or makeup. And the secondary, perfume, oils, and many other types of products are manufactured and packaged. Tertiary, finished products are sold in outlets and department stores, and products are used by beauty specialists in the salons. And the quaternary ingredients, they undergo the scientific testing to ensure that they are safe and that they function as the company says. And in the case of the laptop or the computer, raw materials including silica, copper, and aluminum are they are mined, and components such as CPUs, and this is the primary. Secondary components such as CPUs and hard drives are manufactured using these materials, and the portable computers are assembled and packaged, and then in the tertiary they finish the portable computers and they're sold online and in retail stores. The financial products may be provided to support the purchase. So for example, a mouse or something like that. And the quaternary is the customers research and compare portable computers online in specialist publications prior to the purchase. So you really see the difference between each sector and how they affect each other and how they cannot exist without each other. So they coexist in a system. You could argue that the primary and secondary sector, they are getting taken advantage of, but this is how business works. They are in less developed countries, and in the economy that we live in, if you guys do economics in the IB, you know that the country that has more money and more financial stability has the power over any other nation. Okay, so now we go to the one of the last parts of our lesson, the role of entrepreneurship in a business. So you have to know what an entrepreneur is and how they do, what is their role, because this is in the syllabus and this tends to be in exams. So businesses, they're usually started by an entrepreneur, and an entrepreneur is a person who they're willing and able to create a new business. So they are risk takers. If they have an idea or an invention, and they take a lot of risks pursuing and wanting to succeed. And successful entrepreneurs, they can identify and pursue opportunities when they see them, create value for customers, and build thriving businesses out of it. So, an explanation of what they do, they organize resources. You guys can really read in depth about here, but I won't really bother you guys with that. You guys can pause the video and read. I don't think you guys are seeing the video because you guys want to see me reading out of slides. So, they make business decisions, and they take a lot of risks with everything because they're generally entrepreneur people. They put all in and they want to make a gain back. And yeah. Okay, so the skills and characteristics of an entrepreneur, they are they have a lot of communication, they are very good at team working, problem solving, organization, numeracy, information, and technology. So these are their skills, they have to be really good at that. And their characteristics, they are generally very creative, and they are very, very, very hardworking. This is a very important quality for any entrepreneur. They are very resilient. They have initiative. They have a lot of self-confidence because they have to have self-confidence because they have to sell their business idea or their product to customers, and they are a new product and they have to pitch to investors. So they really need that self-confidence, and they really need to be risk takers because if everything fails, it will all really be in the entrepreneur fault. They are really gonna end up with all of the loss of the business if the business fails. So they go all in. Okay, so entrepreneurship. These two things, they sound the same, but they're distinct in some ways. They are not even close to being the same. So entrepreneurship, it refers to the practice of promoting entrepreneurial thinking. So all of the thinking characteristics that I stated before, but within an existing business. So generally, what happens is that it involves the employees to think like entrepreneurs but not being actual entrepreneurs because they work by wages. So entrepreneurs, they only get paid if the business is doing well or if they sell the business. These employees, they are encouraged to take risks and be innovative and develop new ideas and projects, but they still work on wages, and they can and they yeah and the business, they try to tap into the creative potential of the employees and generate new products, services, and to grow and to be more competitive, to get a competitive advantage. This A lot of companies have this culture of entrepreneurship thinking, and generally you have rewards for creating new things, but you don't actually get a cut in the things you create or a percentage. So that is the big difference between being an entrepreneur and an intrapreneur, because you're working for a business, when you're working for yourself, and you get all the benefits but you get all the losses. Entrepreneurship, you don't get all the good things, but you also, if the idea completely fails, it's not all your fault. You won't lose money, and you will still have your wage comfortably. So you really need to assess what would be the ideal what would be the ideal situation and the idea of entrepreneurship that best fits your characteristics. Okay, so these are some of the examples of some entrepreneurs and that very famous businesses such as Google, Sony, PlayStation, and 3M. 3M is a business that they do a lot of things, and yeah, you guys can stop and read each of it. I'll not be reading it because otherwise we'll be here for a long time. So why do people start businesses? Now we go to the last part of 1.1. So people, they can start businesses for financial reasons, for necessity. They really need a business. They really need something, and these are some examples of people who need it. And profit maximization. These are people who, they want to create a profitable business. They want to generate revenue and profit for themselves and their investors or shareholders. So the main focus of the business is profits, profits, profits. So they just want to make money, and they basically don't care about anything else. Profit satisficing. It occurs when entrepreneur is not solely focused on the maximization of their product, but they also focus on the satisfactory level of the profit. So they want to have a work-life balance, and they want to satisfy their customers, but they also want a very good profit. And there's also the non-financial reasons why you start a business, such as a gap in the market. So you identify that there is a gap in the market, something that nobody is doing, a revolutionary idea that you need to invest, that you had. So this would be a gap in the market. Ethical stance. Some entrepreneurs may have a particular ethical stance, environmental stability, or their social justice. And there's also social entrepreneurship, which seeks to address social or environmental problems. So these are more businesses. They're not focused on profit, but they are focused on raising awareness and raising money for causes, except for the first one. Interdependence and personal challenge. They don't want to have a boss. Generally, entrepreneurs, they want to working for themselves. They are dissatisfied with the traditional employment structures. They want freedom, flexibility, and they want to fulfill their experience, but they also want to make money, as as all businesses want. No business wants to have a loss. With the home working, and it's a form of business, such as with the advantage of technology, many people, as I said, e-commerce, they started working from home, drop shipping, and this offers entrepreneurs and people who decide to work in that area flexibility and better work-life balance than if they would go on to traditional working employment structures. Okay, so this is the circle of creating a business. You identify essential planning elements to start a business. You conduct the market research to see if your product is actually needed and what you need to do. You construct a business plan to see what you will do, what you will invest, how will you start doing it. Maybe a pastel analysis or a SWOT analysis. You check for legal constraints in your business. You raise finance, maybe with investors, shareholders. You test the market, and then if the test is successful, you then have your business launch. See, this in specific, this diagram is not fully accurate. There could be other steps, but in general, for what the IB asks, this would be a perfect perfect diagram of what the IB asks. So if there's a question, just draw that. But there could be more steps, and this is not a 100% working formula, as everybody knows. A lot of businesses fails. Most of businesses don't even get to the first year, and very few businesses actually succeed nowadays. So yeah. So problems that a new business may face. So as I said, the lack of funding, because if your investors, they don't believe in you, they don't believe in your product, you won't be able to start. The lack of market demand. So if you don't do a proper market research and market tests, you can think that your idea is revolutionary, but it's actually not revolutionary, and people don't need it. So there will be no demand. So if you guys are doing also economics, and you guys know that if there is no demand, you will have a surplus and you will lose all the money you put in. Competition. So if you try to enter in a very competitive market, for example, the candy market or the beverage market, you can be literally eaten alive by your competition, and that it's very hard because they can price cut you in many ways, so they can basically make your business go bankrupt. Hiring and retaining talents is also very difficult because you have to retain skilled employees, but you're a new business, so it's very difficult. Legal issues, as I said, if your business does not follow the legal procedures that your country follows, you will have legal issues and you can be sued by it, by a person, or by even the government. So yeah. And there's also could be operational issues, as it requires a range of operational skills, such as managing finances, marketing, and sales, and managing how many products you will have, and the quantity, and the scaling. Because as the business grow, it faces new challenges, and you have to overcome these challenges. Yeah, guys, that is it. That is all that 1.1 has to offer. And I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. If you have any suggestions of what I should do and how could I improve my content, the comment section is open. I am open for any form of comments of what you guys would like, of what you guys didn't like about the video. And yeah, that's that. Thank you for your time, and see you next week or in another time. Thank you. Bye bye.